Hey everyone, welcome. Let's talk about the fake bag that I bought. So this has kind of been a little bit of the elephant in my closet for the past year, and I guess I'm ready to bring you my experience on it. So I bought a fake bag for a very specific reason, and I'm hoping that by telling you my experience with it and telling you what I learned through this whole thing, it will maybe help you make a better decision whenever you go to buy things. I originally purchased this bag on Amazon back in 2019. No, it is no longer available. Amazon has done a really good job of scrubbing most of the dubious kind of items from their website. So I will list alternatives down below that you can check out if you are so inclined to look at things like this. But just a teeny tiny backstory, this kind of bag has been on my wish list for a very, very long time. And finally, a few years ago, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna save up my money. I'm gonna pay myself every week and just save up and buy it. So I originally wanted the Louis Vuitton Speedy Bandouliere 30, and it was gonna cost around $1,800 with tax. So I saved up all the money, and whenever I finally had the money, I kind of started getting cold feet. I was like, do I really wanna spend all this money on this? What if I don't like it? And it kind of made me worry. This is a bag that I have seen in the store numerous times. I've held it, I've loved it, and I convinced myself that I wanted it, and then I kind of was like, ooh, maybe I don't. Will I love this for the rest of my life? I'm not sure. So I know with my personality type, I tend to fall in love with things and then be like, I'm done with this. So before I spent that $1,800, I really wanted to know for sure, is this going to be a style of bag that I will love once I have it home and not just in the store? So I set out to find a dupe for it that I could carry around for a little while to make sure that this is something that I would really, really love for a long time, which I feel like if you're spending this much on a bag, you really do want to love it forever. Now to the purchasing of it. So I found this listing on Amazon, and it was a little strange because the actual listing had no logos or anything on it. It just showed kind of an inspired type of bag with no Louis Vuitton stuff on it. But in the reviews, it seemed like half the people said that they received that exact bag, and half of the people said that they actually got one that had all of the logos and was basically an actual fake bag. And of course, like with most of these things, it was coming from China. So I paid around $85 for this and had to wait a whole month to get it, and had no idea which kind of bag I was actually going to be receiving. And when I got it and opened my bag up, it was the one with the logos and stuff on it. And I was kind of like, oh man, I was a little unsure of actually carrying it. I didn't want to be looked down on for carrying it, because I know some people do that, and to each their own. Whatever you want to do. If you want to buy fake, if you want to buy designer, it's not my money, so I don't really care. But I was a little hesitant, I felt a little awkward about it, but I did end up carrying a little bit, and I realized a lot of things right off the bat that kind of made me go, maybe it's not the best idea to actually buy the real one. So right off the bat, the bag looks very close to the authentic bag. The placement of a few things is a little off. The stitching is a little different. The main thing for me is that the color of the hardware is a little different than the original. But for the most part, anyone that doesn't have an extreme knowledge of exactly what these bags should look like would probably think that it's real. So in that sense, the quality is good. It feels like the actual material feels exactly like the original bag. So I do feel like overall it is a good fake. But in terms of actually the bag itself and the style of the bag, because this is what I wanted to have the crossbody, I wanted the little short handles, and I just wanted this, and I wanted to buy the original. And then once I opened it up and started using it, I realized I actually don't think that I would be happy with the original. So in the end, I ended up saving myself about $1,700. So that was good. But I want to tell you kind of why I feel like it might be a good idea for you to buy a dupe or a fake, if that's what you're looking for, so that way you can make a better informed decision on whether you want to spend your hard-earned money on buying the real thing. So something for me, and I think probably the main factor, is that when I held this bag in the store and I was like, oh my God, I love it, I need this bag, I didn't really take into account just how short these handles are. Now I measured it, and these are exact to the measurement of the other like authentic one. And for that reason, it is not a good bag for me because I don't exactly have a little thin, dainty arm. So when I put my arm through this, it kind of is like right here is where it kind of stops, you know, not in the crook of my arm, which I could get it there, but it's not exactly comfortable. So, I mean, hopefully I don't have a chunky arm forever, you know, but for right now, I feel like if I had bought the original bag, the real one, I would have been very displeased with having to carry it around like that constantly and be uncomfortable with the way that it feels because weight doesn't come off overnight. So I probably would have not loved carrying it around like that. Now it does have the crossbody, but honestly, I just mainly wanted the crossbody for the look of it. I didn't really want to wear it crossbody. I just like having like a little strap dangling down. It's just what I'm into. So I do like that, but I don't actually like the look of carrying it on my shoulder or crossbody. So for me, spending that extra little bit of money between the regular Speedy and then the Speedy Bandouliere would have just been for cosmetic reasons alone. So for that reason, probably not a good idea to spend the extra money on it. And the other part is I got very easily annoyed with the opening of this bag. So it has a nice large zipper here, but the actual opening doesn't open up that wide in the way that I would really want it to. So it is kind of small in terms of the overall size of the bag. I really like to have a bag that is wide open, where as soon as I open it up, I can see everything at a glance. And this one doesn't really perform like that when you're actually using it. I did buy a bag organizer, which does fit in this bag. And actually the happy coincidence is that it fits in pretty much every other bag that I do carry on a day-to-day basis. I'll link that in the description because I also got that on Amazon and I feel like it is the best bag organizer. But overall, like, I feel like this just taught me spending this $85, which if you think about it, might sound a little strange to spend money knowing that you're probably going to spend even more money on the original. It ended up working out in my favor because I ended up finding out that I wouldn't really love the original. I wouldn't love the real authentic bag. Even if I spent $1,800 on it, I would just be forcing myself to like it, when in reality, I figured out that this style of bag just isn't for me. And here's the other thing that I figured out. While I love the utility of this kind of canvas, coated canvas style of fabric or textile, whatever you want to call it, I'm not an expert on these things. I do love that it's easy to clean, it's low maintenance, but knowing this, I just feel like for me, I would never spend my money on a designer bag that is not leather. If I'm spending that amount of money, I want something that is going to be a very high quality fabric, whereas this I feel like is not a high quality fabric. So for me, I realized that as much as I love the print, I really would not be happy with the fabric long term because it just wouldn't have that high quality that I really want. So overall, I will still carry this bag. I do think that it's cute. I like the look of it. I just don't actually love the use of it. So I'm really glad that I did spend a little bit of money to save myself a lot of money. So in that sense, I feel like it was definitely a great investment to do this. And I feel like if you are in the market to buy a very expensive bag and it's something that you're really, really, really wanting, maybe look into buying a dupe for it. It doesn't have to be an actual like fake bag. A lot of these designer bags have like very affordable, like inspired type of, you know, bags that just a random company will make. And you can buy it and actually use it and see if it's something that you will be happy with long term, because there are probably things that you may end up not liking about that bag once you actually bring it home and start using it. Because I feel like going in the store, you're in that great atmosphere. It just kind of makes you feel like everything is rosy, and then you get home and you're like, oh, I made a mistake. So definitely keep that in mind when you're looking at bags. I really hope that this video has helped you to kind of make a better informed decision with how you spend your money. And knowing for sure what you want before you actually purchase it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Definitely check the description box because I will leave links to similar bags to this so that if you are interested, you can definitely check those out. Before you go, don't forget to give this video a like, drop me a comment down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Bye.